listeners, it's me on a DK checking in once again. And
It's just me and my disciples. Talking to God while we smoke dope. We keep the lighter in our circle.
I want to talk about a time in my life where I was having sex with somebody and too cowardly to speak up for myself and what I wanted, right? And so I didn't speak up for myself and what I wanted, and I wound up doing the one thing that women should never do. I faked it. I faked my orgasm. Yes. Oh, my shoulders is low. Yes, I faked an orgasm. Mostly because I was feeling bad about myself and not being able to come, and I didn't want the person that I was with to feel like that was their fault or had anything to do with them. So while considering their feelings, I did not consider mine. I faked it. They thought they did a great job, and we went on and life was grand. Okay? I can't believe I just admitted that in public. Anyway, you know, everybody makes mistakes in their life sometime, and that's something that I wish that I would not have done. Because it doesn't help you, and it doesn't help the person that you're with. But I did. So I want to talk about something. I want to talk about orgasms and how important they are, okay? Or how important they are not, okay? I guess that's what the talk is about. How important is the orgasm in the grand scheme of things? In the grand scheme of your overall sexual interaction? Let's say you are, you know, you get your certain amount of, right, we try to protect the ego all the time, but it's not good for us. We shouldn't do that. You know what I mean? Anyway, how many of you all have found yourself in that position where you let some shit slide because you didn't want to rock the boat or you didn't want to make the person that you were with feel a kind of way? It doesn't matter if it was a guy or a girl. How many people have ever faked it to keep the peace? You know, but back to that first question. In the grand scheme of things, right? On a scale of 1 to 10, how important is the orgasm to the entire sexual experience? That's my question. Do you feel like the only reason you're having sex is to be able to achieve that orgasm? Do you feel like it doesn't matter if you achieve an orgasm or all the time? I'm not saying every single time. I'm saying, like, would it bother you if from time to time you didn't achieve an orgasm throughout your sexual experience? Let's say 1 out of every 20 times you don't come. Would you be okay with that? Or, like, how important is it? It wasn't about keeping peace. I was bored and ready to dip. Okay, so you have faked it before. Okay, how many other people have faked it before? And if you did fake it before, why? Like, I mean, he just gave his definition. He said he was ready to dip. He was bored. So her pussy wasn't fire, and it didn't work out for him. But what about y'all? What about the others? Trina says this is too much to type. My God. Okay. Damn, Trina, I wish you wasn't at work because I would just have you come on the live and tell it, you know? But if you have dipped, if a guy had dipped, if a guy has faked it, was it pretty much only about being ready to go? Or were there other times that you might have faked it for other reasons? What are some good reasons to fake it? Or are there never any good reasons to fake it? I don't know that I feel like there are any good reasons to fake it, but that doesn't mean I haven't done it before. You know what I mean? We all grow. For men, the shit can hurt after. All of the build up and no release blue balls is real. Okay, I understand what you're saying with that. Is there ever a time that it is acceptable though? Like, okay, how would you feel if you were with someone who told you that there was a time and space in y'all's interaction where they faked it for a season? They was going through something. I don't know what people say. But how would y'all feel about that? And that brings me back to that original question. How important is the orgasm to you? And I don't want to talk about like some selfish shit. You know, we all grown and we've gone through our selfish season, hopefully, and we're no longer, you know, selfish to our partner. But, you know, just wondering. Okay, so Sherry says, fake an orgasm to keep things kosher. I don't understand that logic. I'm speaking up because if I don't, I'll continue to not be satisfied. You're absolutely right. And some of us are cowards. I was at one time. And I was afraid of I didn't want to rock the boat. I didn't want to say anything, and then maybe my partner wouldn't be interested in me. Maybe they wouldn't want to fuck with me because I got too many demands. But that's all a part of the own insecurities that I had at the time. You know what I mean? We're all where we are in life. Well, I have faked it because I was tired. Okay, so that's pretty much the same reason that Othello de la Ghetto gave. So you fake it because you don't want to just be like, okay, I'm not about to come. It's not easier for you just to be like, I'm not about to come. Let's just stop. Like, you know what I mean? Didn't it come down to protecting the person's feelings that you're with, right? Because Othello, wouldn't it have been easier for you just to be like, I'm tired and don't want to continue to do this? But that would have made the other person you were with feel like shit. So you don't do it. But who are you helping in that situation? Who wins? You know, like, I'm trying to put myself in the best position to win in all aspects. The orgasm means nothing to me. So for you, it's the feeling and the connection, or what is it that it is for you? Because I really want to learn. I really want to get to a different space where I can focus on just the pleasure part of sex. Like, I only speaking for myself, have never taken the time just to focus on the pleasure part. It's always like, man, I hope I can come. I hope I can come. Like, they're down there eating my pussy, and I'm thinking, I hope I can come. Like, damn, if I can't come, they're going to feel some kind of way. The problem with that is, your head is not in the game. And we women, we know it's all about what we think. You understand what I'm saying? So, just changing the way you look at it and focusing on the pleasure that's happening. Not the actual orgasm. Don't focus on the climax as the goal, but as a part of the entire experience, you'll climax. Maybe in the middle, maybe at the end, maybe right at the beginning, but it shouldn't be your focus. You know? I don't know. Nah, because women feel a type of way about making a nigga come. It's the passion and the intimacy. So, wait, can you explain that again? You saying the orgasm doesn't mean anything to you because women feel a type of way about making a nigga come? Like, so women feel like they should be, if they're not able to make a nigga come, something's wrong or something like that? Just trying to understand what you're saying. Shanae says, I faked, but it was with someone I didn't care enough for, to be honest with. Once I realized the sex was trash, I was just focused on ending it and making sure it didn't happen again. Okay, well, I guess that's a difference. If you know that you never plan on fucking with them again, then yeah, okay. But what if you do plan on fucking with them again? I don't know. It's all a part of not being a coward and kind of like speaking up for what you want. But for me, I don't know how important. Oh, okay. Okay, I get you now. I get you, David. I don't know how important it is on the scale of 1 to 10. It's definitely greater than a 5, but it is less than a 10, in my opinion. So, I don't know. It's sort of like, for example, I like my nipples to be played with, right? I got my nipples pierced for that reason. It's what I like, right? Not saying I would choose that over getting some head. However, I need to have that too throughout the course of the situation in order to be totally satisfied. Can I be satisfied without having my nipples played with? Of course. But it'll take away from the experience. And I'm using that like just as an example of what I mean. You understand what I mean? I don't know, guys. You understand what I mean? Let me light my weed. I ain't even high yet. Good morning, Rod. Anyway, what's in y'all's cup? What's in the air this morning? I know this is heavy, you know, for a Tuesday morning, but I think we can deal with it. I don't think it's too bad. Like, who want to come on and talk about a time that they faked it? You know what I'm saying? I enjoy the in-between more than the actual climax. I'm not going to lie to you, David. Like, I enjoy everything that leads up to that climax as well. Like, it's about the entire experience for me. It's not about one thing or the other. Like, I don't want head without foreplay. I don't want foreplay without head. Everything goes into making an entire experience a good one. Obviously, they're doing yard work outside. I just like to make sure she is satisfied. Absolutely, that should be the goal of any sexual experience. However, in addition to making the person satisfied, like, you should make sure you're satisfied too. What's going on, Tramel? Like, I feel like I've spent my life being a really good pleaser of other people because I'm a good listener, right? But because I also wasn't in a space to speak up for myself in the past, I wasn't being pleased. So, although you can say whatever you want about me in bed, like, okay, I know I'm good in bed, that's great, but I'm not good at making sure that I get the same great experience that I give the other person. Not because there's something wrong with the other person, but because nobody is built knowing how to please you. Nobody comes into a situation knowing how to please you because you're different from the last person that they were with. So if you don't speak up and say what it is you like, you can't just expect the motherfucker to, like, look at you and then automatically just know, okay, she has long hair, so she's gonna like it if I twirl the nipple this way, but twirl this nipple this way. Like, you know, you gotta speak up and say what it is you like if you like your nipples twirled. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, and you have to be intentional with your information. When we're talking to the people that we're dealing with, like, don't just say in passing conversation that there was a time that you liked your nipples twirled, because that's not intentional. You mention it in passing and hoping that they pick up on these hints that you drop it. But grown people don't fucking drop hints. You got to have an intentional conversation like, hey, you know, I know we never talked about it, but, like, are you into any, like, quirky things or whatever the fuck? You know what I'm saying? And then, because, you know, I know that, you know, we all have quirky things. And my little quirky thing is I like having my nipples, like, turn like that. You understand what I'm saying? And then that way you're not telling people, like, to swing at the fences. Like, you got to give a motherfucker a target. You don't tell a motherfucker, like, one thing and then expect them to, like, hit, because it's like swing and a miss. And how many swing and a misses do you think you should have to deal with as an adult? Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay, so I enjoy the total act. However, I truly lose myself in that build-up right before the climax. If that makes sense to you. Yes! That is the best part. That's why I was asking how important is the orgasm. You understand what I'm saying? 85% of you women want to just fuck now and think foreplay is too intimate or emotional. Okay, let me address that, Tramel. You're right. You're right about that, because foreplay is what is the connection that one person has to another. It's the time when you're experiencing sex where you're showing that you're not selfish, where you're showing that it's just about the other person that you're with and the pleasure that you guys can experience together. So once you get into a situation and you know you want it to just be a fuck buddy and you know you don't feel shit about her or whatever, then don't lead her in a place sexually that will make her feel that way, if she's the type of woman you're talking about. Because I know a lot of people who are non-monogamous who feels like every situation should include foreplay and every situation should include absolute pleasure of the other person. Just saying. Sherry says she don't believe your stats, Tramel. Plus sounds and body movements. Yes. Yes, now all of a sudden I'm busy. Slow down, y'all. I think people are just disconnected for fear of rejection because they ain't really held the conversation. Right. Good morning, Stacy. Good morning, Dale. I think that when it comes to the orgasm, we just don't want to get our feelings hurt. Do you understand what I'm saying? And to piggyback off what Tramel said, Trina came right back and said the same shit. People are disconnected because of fear of rejection. I think that for some women, if you're dating a guy and you know that that guy is dating a few other women, then you're going to be less likely to get into those very intimate spaces with him, because once you open up that way, if it turned out that he choose one of them other bras that he's dating, like, you've opened yourself up, and for what? Because you no longer have that person there. I would just, and I know this is an unpopular opinion, I would just challenge people to think differently, period. Like, what I've learned in the last couple of years is what a person feels about me or another person has nothing to do with me. So, like, for instance, I know that a lot of people don't buy into this, but I feel like I can love more than one person wholly and adequately without them feeling like they're missing anything. I feel like that about myself. I think that I'm adequate enough in myself to have love for more than one person where they don't feel like they're lacking in any way, right? I also know that there's a person that I love out there that loves someone else. Well, what she or he feels for that someone else don't have shit to do with what they feel about me. It also doesn't have shit to do with how they treat me, how they handle me. If a person is handling me in a way that makes me know that they love me and that I'm important to them, that's really all I'm concerned about at this point. But at this point, I'm also not interested in being monogamous. And it also has nothing to do with sex. Like, I'm just in the point now where I'm just trying to choose me. But it doesn't have anything to do with sex, is all I'm saying. But, like, security plays a big role. If I was secure, it's possible I wouldn't have been jealous the times that I was jealous. It's times that I wouldn't have gotten hurt the way I got hurt. But in relationships, because they are centered around putting restrictions, so to speak, and this is only my thinking, relationships end when people get hurt because of other people and how they feel about other people. I don't want to be a part of that. I love foreplay. Whether you feel connected to me or not, let me please you. But if you just want me to fuck you, don't get mad if I don't reply to your text or call you back. Hey, that's a word right there. You're right about that. Like, I'll give it to you any way you want it, but I'm still going to react a certain way. I don't get it. If I'm fucking, I'm fucking. If we got to have boundaries, then I'm good. Exactly. I agree with that. It's why I don't have casual sex. It's why I just don't be casually fucking people. Because I like to do certain things with my mouth. And I don't want to have boundaries. And if I am not secure in whatever we have, whatever that is, I'm not saying you got to only be fucking with me, or I'm just saying if I'm not secure, I'm not going to do those things that I like to do with my mouth. Period. And it's like, I don't want to have any boundaries when I'm having sex. So let's just have sex with the people that we're comfortable with. But foreplay is a part of that for me. You don't get to have sex with me without foreplay. I don't even know how people do it. You know what I'm saying? Foreplay is essential. How many people, though, don't feel like me? How many people do not feel like foreplay is essential? Fuck Peeps, damn Dizzle. Dizzle come right in saying fuck Peeps. Hey, that Peeps creamer was bomb as fuck. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, how many people disagree with me? How many people feel like foreplay is not needed in your situation? I am very curious to see. And if you feel like foreplay is not needed, I would like to know why and what is good for you. Like, what do you just want to, like, hey, I'm going to kiss you and I'm going to kiss your neck and then I'm going to stick it in? Or is it I'm going to kiss you, I'm not even going to kiss you? Am I just going to start grabbing your titties and then twist your nipples like this? Foreplay is only not needed when it's sex. Huh? What you mean by that? Oh, when it's sex in passing. So sex in passing is okay with no foreplay? Because what? How do you enjoy sex with no foreplay? Going to buy that Peeps Creamer. You gotta buy the Peeps Creamer, y'all. Y'all gotta buy the Peeps Creamer. It's good. It tastes like fun. What does sex in passing mean? Is that like a fuck buddy situation? Or is that a I only fuck you once every like 6 months type of thing? What does that mean? Sex in passing. I'm interested. Yup, just run a D at 5:30 before work. Oh. Is that satisfying? Black people do eat peeps. No, when you're in a relationship. Oh. Shanae, you want to come over after work and do some bald-headed hoe shit? Just wondering. That's my bald-headed hoe friend, Shanae. I'm just saying. We do bald-headed hoe shit. And that's what's up. When I go live and I'm happy with it. Oh, when you got live-in, you happy with it. It seems like a lot of people don't know why they are fucking. I agree with that. Foreplay is needed, but sometimes I'm so horny I just want to fuck. That's true. That's so true. Sometimes you just need it. Sometimes you need to be bent over. And I'm here for it. Like sometimes you're somewhere and then your pussy just start throbbing. And it's like, and you making calls and shit. Let me ask you this. Why most females have issues with kissing? Asking for myself. I have an answer for you. I don't fucking know. I love kissing. Kissing is essential for me. Because foreplay is essential for me. So, I like to kiss. I don't know why people don't like to kiss, but I know people who don't like to kiss. Okay? I don't know how you eat my pussy without me tasting it off your mouth after. So, I don't know. I gotta go to the barber after work. The funeral is tomorrow. I certainly need some bald-headed hoe shit in my life. Okay, well, you can come over after the repast tomorrow and we'll bald-headed hoe shit it up, okay? Okay, kissing intensifies the experience. Damn sure does. Damn sure does. You know? Are there any people on this post that don't like to kiss? How many people on the post don't like to kiss? They like, fuck it, I ain't kissing you. Because I dated somebody, a girl, who did not like to kiss women. Period. She could go ham on my pussy, but would not kiss me. No issue is very intimate to me. I love kissing. That's what Marshawn said. Britt is here. Hey, Britt. Sherry J says, I have to really be digging you to kiss you. And this is outside of sex, but I enjoy kissing during sex. So, you can kiss during sex, Sherry, but if you're not fucking, you won't kiss them? I don't know. I gotta have intimacy. So what is it that makes you feel desired? Because to me, there are certain things that make me feel desired. And I gotta feel desired to wanna fuck. So like, if a motherfucker comes up to me and they're just looking to bend me over and stick it in, like male or female, like I'm gonna assume that I'm just a fuck. I'm talking outside of a relationship. I'm gonna assume I'm just a fuck. If you're not gonna take the time to kiss me and all of that other shit, then you just fucking me, and that's all I mean to you. I'm definitely not okay with that. So, I don't know. I don't know. I gotta have kissing. I gotta have something that makes me feel like, oh, bitch, I want you right now. And if you're not making me feel like, oh, bitch, I want you right now, then we can't fuck. Because who doesn't want to be wanted? And if someone is not taking the time to do intimate things with me, then how can they convince me that they want me? I don't know. That's just, I don't know. I need grown-up shit. I need, not that not kissing is not grown-up, because it definitely is, but I need the part that says that I don't have any intimacy issues. Trina said it. She hit that shit right on the head. That shit sound like intimacy issues to me. And I need somebody that's okay with being vulnerable. Sex is about being vulnerable, being open. And I'm learning this late in life. You know what I'm saying? Like, have you ever just had somebody play with your body for an hour? I haven't. I'm just asking, like, imagine what that would be. And the orgasm is not the goal. The orgasm is gonna come, but the goal is just pleasure. Let's say you had a partner and y'all had a bunch of little toys and all this other shit, feathers and chains and ropes. No, not chains. Maybe chains. Anyway, feathers and things like that that feel different, look different, and they're just willing to play with your body and the sensations and all of that shit. Like, I need people that want to do that. That's intimacy. That's trust. That's getting to know someone. And I want to do that. Like, and I don't think that has to happen inside of a relationship, but it has to happen with someone that you trust. And those things have nothing to do with the orgasm. Do you understand what I'm saying? No. It keep going out, y'all. Does anyone disagree? I'm really interested in getting a varying opinion. I'm interested in people who feel differently, or people who have questions, or people who just in general just have something different to say. Totally interested in what you have to say. Trina, I'm going to need you to dedicate some time. Wait, it sounds like sex is a non-intimate act if kissing is on a different level because it's too intimate. We are ass backwards. You're right. I agree with that. Like, if you can't kiss me, which is the most intimate thing you can do, kissing is even more intimate than sex. Like, you understand what I'm saying? To me, but you can't have one without the other, is all I'm saying. Like, if you're telling me that you can invade my walls, you can definitely put your tongue in my mouth. First off, at this age, I'm not sexing you if I'm not digging you. But when I say outside of sex, someone I'm not sexing, just dating and or talking to, I don't kiss everyone I've talked to. I understand that. When does sex become a non-intimate act? I don't know, Trina. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. I just know I want to look for the people who still feels like it's intimate. And I agree, Tracy, Lord. I agree, Barry. At this age, I'm not sexing you if I'm not digging you. That's the first thing. I don't kiss everyone I've talked to. That's the second thing. You're right. I think if I'm just talking to you, I don't owe you no kiss yet. You don't get no kisses yet if we just talking. Because we just talking. So I don't know if you're somebody that I want to even, put my mouth on at this point. But if we're sexing, yes, we're definitely kissing. Hey, yes, agreed. But there is a whole part of the generation who feels like sex is just a physical transaction. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, there's a whole population of people out there who feels like sex is just a physical transaction. It does not have to involve any type of feeling. I don't know those people, but I know that they are out there. I see it every day up and down, my timeline. It's an exchange of energy, soul, spirit. It's intimate. I have encountered men who don't like to kiss because it keeps them from getting as emotionally involved with the woman as they would if they were kissing her. They weren't my men. They're just men that I know. I've seen that as well. I definitely do not understand that, but I definitely have seen it. Quite a bit, actually. They want to fuck you and go all up in your pussy, possibly get AIDS, possibly get herpes or any other STD. So they're willing to endanger their life, but they're not willing to kiss me. How is that, fellas? Are there any fellas out here that don't kiss women that they're not in a relationship with because you feel like it's too intimate? Can you tell me how it is that you're willing to put your life on the line, but you're not willing to kiss her in the mouth? Also, and I know that this is also maybe an unpopular opinion, but people say, oh wait, hold on. If you aren't good enough to kiss, you sure aren't getting any snacks. We feel like that as women, but sometimes men don't feel like that. What's up, Belize? They're just men on the right. Ass backwards, right. Agreed. But there are a lot of men out there like that, you know? They maybe just look at it different, but I don't know how much different you can look at this, to be honest, you know? But I know women who also feel the same way. They, you know, will fuck, but they won't kiss. I dated a woman that would fuck the shit out of me, eat the shit out of me, but would not kiss me in the mouth. Would not. It wasn't her shit. She did not like to kiss women in the mouth. She would kiss men in the mouth, though, but she would not kiss women in the mouth. That was her shit. Everybody is different. I thought that I could respect that until I figured out that I didn't like that shit. Till I figured out that I needed that level of intimacy as well. You know what I mean? So, but at the time when initially I started fucking around, you know, you are blown at the amount, or at the frequency or the level of sex that you're having. I was, you know, gone. So it was like, oh, okay, we ain't got to kiss. Just eat my pussy like that. You understand what I'm saying? But eventually I realized that shit gonna wear off at some time, and I needed intimacy. And, you know, that shit didn't work. But, you know, it's okay. It taught me something. And there was nothing wrong with the other person. The problem was me agreeing to some shit that I really shouldn't have agreed to because it's not what I wanted. You know what I mean? But I couldn't have that going forward. Could anybody on the chat right now be with somebody who did not kiss you? But they, you know, the sex was great. You knew they loved you, whatever. Oh, it sounds like she wasn't gay. Sounds like she had boundaries against being intimate with women. Yes, she was definitely bisexual. And I have no problems with that. Again, I thought it was what I wanted because the sex was great and I was totally gone over the person. You know what I'm saying? But that was just me being a coward and not saying what it is that I really wanted and standing for what it was. If I'm not digging you like that, I'll peck your ass to death, but we not swapping spit. I can't stand a pecking ass, bitch. No. If I wanted to peck, I'd be in middle school. I'm just saying. Middle school. Hold on, guys. Hold up. Okay. Turn my face so you can catch this cheek. I love kissing, but only if the person I'm kissing is an amazing kisser. If not, keep your juicy mouth from my sugar dish. Kiss the... Oh, listen. I couldn't be with someone who couldn't kiss. I could not be with someone who couldn't kiss. Kissing is too important to me. Like, you can't be overly spitty. You can't be with, like, you putting your mouth all the way over mine. You gotta know lip placement, you know. You gotta know tongue placement. You gotta know how to probe my mouth with your tongue, but not in an aggressive way. Like, you just, I don't know. Anyways, girl, anyways. We mean my man or someone I'm bumping uglies with. See, you think there's a difference. That's where we differ. Kissing is kissing across the board. And you have to be able to kiss. Period. Whether you're my man, whether you are my hump day specialty, whether you are just somebody I passed in the club, whatever it is, if I'm having sex with you, you have to be able to kiss. I'm just saying. I don't believe there's a difference, Shanae. Tell me why. Do y'all feel like there's a difference? feels like there's a difference. I don't. But I'm not saying I'm not wrong either. I'm always open to, I have my opinions, and I'm pretty firm, you know, being a Capricorn and all. However, I'm not closed-minded. I always feel like there are other opinions out there that don't have to match mine that could also be right. I'm open to it, though, is all I'm saying. If you can't kiss, but that dick is fire, boy, peck me and stroke this vagina. Nah, I don't agree. If you can't kiss, you'll never see what the vagina is like. That's the thing. So it's like, if you can't kiss, you'll never even know. You'll never get past the kissing phase. We'll never kiss again. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, guys. I'm going to end this here. I am going to put this up on YouTube. And I'm going to come back with part 2. I don't know what part 2 going to be. Maybe y'all could drop that in the comments and let me know what part 2 is going to be. And then I'll come back with part 2 whenever y'all ready. It got to be a time, though, when everybody can come on the live. So I know it got to be late. I know. Shanae, ball head whole shit tomorrow after the repass. Again, I'm sorry for your loss. Shout out to everybody that's in LA. I was in LA very briefly yesterday, and it was rough. You could feel it in the air.